Good morning, guys. We are here the morning after surgery, first morning after surgery with Mindy. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You were just saying you are doing this video and you said what?
I'm open and notorious about sharing my resources.
So she said she's proud, if anything. So I'm proud that you're here.
Thank you.
Yesterday we did a deep plane lower facelift and deep neck lift. And that was it. We didn't do no eyelids. Her eyes already look perfect. Her brow already looks perfect. So this is kind of just a lower half operation. I don't know these answers yet because we haven't really talked. Tell me about your first night.
Easy. I mean, wonderful. I really had great care. The nursing staff was impeccable and fantastic. So we headed off and I slept and enjoyed my time.
Do you feel tight?
No, not really.
Really?
No, probably a little bit underneath, but nothing I wouldn't have anticipated.
Okay, well, so when we have these facelift recoveries or any surgical recovery, I want you to think of it as like a series of dials, and everyone gets their own unique combination. All right. So on her pain dial, it sounds like it's pretty low.
Very.
On her bruising dial, it's almost to 0, which is great, and that's because these drains are sucking away the excess fluid. Okay, and so any little bits of blood are being sucked out of the drains that keeps you from bruising. Her swelling dial is pretty low, but one of your dials is actually really high. You know which dial that's going to be?
Blood pressure? No, I don't know.
The lip weakness dial.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, and so this is something we see. I see it about 1 in 30 people. Show us your bottom teeth. Sleepy on this side. That side's working properly. This side is sleepy. Relax again. Show your bottom teeth one more time. You can see there's nerve action there, but it's kind of sleepy. It's a little bit stunned. We see it anywhere between 6 weeks and 6 months. It comes entirely back. But you had a kind of special reason that we think you're a little more risk for that. What was that?
I had a chin reduction surgery 40 years ago. So now we are kind of correcting some muscle structure, and I anticipated having this, so I'm not really panicked. It'll come back.
It comes back.
Yeah.
But this is actually very classic. Chin reduction surgery makes this area go slack faster. I've actually had a previous person I've featured on here before that had a chin reduction and got kind of premature lower face aging. But you had something very interesting. When you smiled, you could see your digastric muscles.
Oh my.
So these digastric muscles, they're muscles that run from the wishbone to the front of your chin. And when your chin is strong, they're stretched out. But if you drop the chin back, they sag like a clothesline. And when she smiled, you could actually see her, I'll try to put a video in here, her digastric muscles would bulge out. You called it like you're a frog or something.
Yes, it was unsightly.
So I have pictures for you. I planed off the excess portion of those digastric muscles. That's not why your smile's acting wonky, but that's treated and that should be done.
I'm so excited.
Turn towards me, let's take a look here. She looks absolutely fantastic. As with everyone, the edges are a little more purpley bruised, and the front, I was all the way this far forward, but it's deeper in the face. And so since it's deeper, ½ inch deep in the tissues, the little bits of bruising are so low underneath you don't see them. Back here, I'm just under the surface before we dive into the deep plane, and so you can see that little bit of bruising on the surface. So this is what we expect. Anything else you want them to know for day one?
Do it. It's them. Don't wait 30 years. Don't wait 40 years. I'm 55. Come see Dr. Nyack.
All right, good morning. We are day 2. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah. So tell me how you had the first day after surgery, did your video. How has it been since then? How's your second night been?
As to be expected, I really was doing great. I slept. I took my meds. I didn't have any pain. I feel a little swelling right now. The numbness is subsiding, and I'm feeling some tension, but it's wonderful.
Would you say you feel a little more tense and a little more full than the morning immediately after surgery?
Yeah, I think I'm feeling it now, but it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah. So the evening when you come home from surgery, people should expect to look really swollen, and what that is all the numbing fluid. We put in 2 or 3 Coke cans worth of very dilute numbing medicine to do the surgery safely, and you come home that first night and you're swollen. It's actually just the numbing injection. Okay, you're waterlogged is what you really are. That comes down over the first evening, and then when you come in the morning after surgery, it's kind of the eye of the storm. You look pretty good. There's like just a little lull. And then the real actual true swelling response to injury begins, and it's a little bit on day 2, and it usually peaks like day 3, 4, 5 is where that peaks. So we're starting to see a little more swelling today than previous. But something's gotten better since yesterday. What's gotten better since yesterday?
My muscle around my mouth, I'm able to articulate a little bit better and smile a little bit better.
Yeah. So one of the key distinctions, actually my good friend Ben Talley talks about this, and he's spot on, is numbness and weakness around the mouth, around the face. We always think about it as nerve damage, right? So nerves send the signals to the muscle to go. But we're also working around the muscles themselves. The muscles themselves can be kind of stunned or bruised. And then there's also, we talked about this too, long-lasting numbing medicine in there, swelling in there. When your ankle's swollen, you don't have a full range of motion of your foot. And so all these things play together. It is really common to see some temporary weird animation, like not full range of motion, especially the first few days. Usually by the first few days, everyone's moving really great. I'd say about 1 in 30, I'll have some longer lasting nerve damage or muscle weakness or whatever you call it. That's almost always gone. Between 6 weeks and 6 months, I've actually never seen a permanent case where it didn't come back all the way. I've actually done a full video on exactly that. You can find it on my highlights where it says complications. So, but you're not going to have anything permanent. It's already coming back. So that's very common. Turn and face me so that I can see what you look like on this second morning out. Almost no bruising, which is great. She still has her drains. I think they're hidden somewhere. Yeah. And so, you probably didn't see him until she showed him. She could go out right now and explore cities. She can see the Cathedral Basilica, which is beautiful. She could go to the Budweiser brewery.
Zoo.
She could go to the zoo, which is one of the top 3 zoos in the country, and it's free. And so I hope you do all those things.
I'll get out and about.
Anything else you want to tell them before we let you go?
I'm just living the dream. Just living the dream. My outcome is better than my expectations. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Guys, we are here day 5
Yes.
with Miss Mindy. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Yeah, so we just got her drains out. How was that?
I didn't even feel it.
Yeah,
It
almost
was
nobody
easy.
does. Almost nobody does. And we noticed her lips working 60, 70%. Shows your bottom teeth. Way better. Relax. And do it again. Way better. So it's already on the mend. I bet you by 4 to 6 weeks, it'll be all the way back to where we started.
Excellent.
So we like to talk about the day 3 pothole. How was your day 3 pothole?
Really no pain. It was just tired. Your body's kind of been through it, and you just kind of have to listen to yourself and think, I'm gonna lay here all day and just take care of myself. So
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a sprint. Like you start running, and for the first 20 seconds, man, you are unstoppable, and then you're not. And I think that's the first couple days after surgery. It's like you can spool that up, and now it goes into aerobic mode.
I felt like I was on adrenaline for probably the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, no, I just got hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But it was like, oh, not really. I don't feel anything, just a bit tired.
Yeah.
And that was it.
But now your energy looks like you're better.
Yeah, easily.
Good. So we taught. She came in from out of town. They're getting on a plane soon, and so she was asking me some of the most common questions that we get, and I thought let's turn them into this video. So you are flying away on day 10, and I said have fun. I have no issues with cabin pressure. So people fly transcontinental for this kind of stuff, or intercontinental for this kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. The pressure coming up, pressure coming down. It's not going to change anything in this situation.
Okay.
I think more of it's like the things you do around the airplane flight that qualify as exertion. Oh, you put your bag in the overhead. You're lugging your luggage out of the Uber onto the curb. So those are the things around travel that worry me most.
Okay.
And then you were asking about range of motion, right? Like, yeah.
Like, do I really turn my head? Do I look around when I'm sightseeing? And you were saying just be natural, or?
Yeah, so take as it comes passively.
Okay.
So I've done this really nice job of reconstructing everything, putting everything where it's meant to be. The tissues now have to heal in place. And some of you have seen that smoked salmon video I did with Rocky, where it shows the tissues are about as strong as smoked salmon. The sutures are not going to break, but if you put strain on them, the tissues will fray. So I'd say at 2 weeks, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, the tissue is starting to heal better and better and better to where the range of motion will naturally return. And I'm not as worried about tissues fraying because the surfaces have adhered so much. They're not dependent on the sutures to hold them in place. So as you notice increased range of motion, just take what it gives you. But it's different than like knee surgery where you're trying to push through stiffness. The stiffness will passively fade. Basically, your neck will thaw as it becomes stronger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do it, you'll find yourself doing more whole body turns at the beginning, and then just without even thinking about it, you'll be all the way back to where you started.
It was tight for the first couple of days. It didn't hurt. It was just a little tighter. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's naturally I need to kind of keep myself in that phase. But yeah, it's loosening up right now.
It's the listen to your body bit, right? So turn face me. I want everybody to see what you look like. So little bits of yellow bruising down here. Great jawline, neckline, like really, really good. Little bits of wrinkling. Remember, everything here forward is under the muscle layer. From here backwards, we're just under the skin layer, so you see more skin distortion. That all settles out. Flip you around the other direction. You will see the same thing here. Fantastic jawline, neckline. Right back towards the edges is where we're most likely to see little bits of skin wrinkling. Turn this way. But this whole front does really well. So you can just imagine, turn towards me again. If she had her hair down to here, it would be basically completely concealed, basically camouflaged. But she's got her hair up for you people, so you can see all this stuff.
I wore it down last night to dinner, went out, enjoyed myself, and no one knew.
So,
Concealed my drains, and no one had any idea. There was no bruising. Yeah.
So she's doing the absolute best. Remember, you have the series of dials. Some the bruising dial's higher on one, the pain dial's higher on the other, the energy dial's higher on the other. She had the nerve weakness dial was hers. That's already coming back down, and everything else she's on the top end. She's got very lucky. So I don't want you to feel like if you're having rough recovery that there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with her. She's doing exceptionally well. So
It was my doctor.
anything else you'd like to tell them?
No, I just think it's fabulous. I'm so grateful. It was a wonderful process. It's so far. I mean, we're not done, but I'm just enjoying all of it.
No, thank you. Thank you for
It's a
letting me
pleasure. It's just so, I'm just so grateful. I should have done this years ago. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good morning. We are day 9 with Mindy. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, you look like $1 million.
Half of that, no.
Somewhere in there, right? So we just to refresh, her upper face is already perfect. Brows are great. Upper and lower lids are great. So all we did was the deep plane extended lower facelift, deep neck lift. Day 9 today, and we've already had some questions back and forth. Do you want to tell them some of the things you're asking me, and I'll tell them some of the answers?
A couple things is trying to be proactive and follow all the instructions post-op. I was working on some lymphatic draining massage techniques and questioning that and the salmon suture conversations that you've done and how aggressive or not. And in regards to some of the little buckling here and if there's anything I should be doing.
Yeah, so what she's talking about, the salmon suturing, for those of you who don't know, what I'm doing with the deep plane extended facelift is we make our incision, and you have to start just under the skin layer, and it's just because of how the anatomy is and the safety of the nerves. At a certain point, and I try to do it as early as possible, I dive under the muscle layer. And so at that point we go forward, and so actually turn towards me. So I don't know if you can see, I'm just under the skin layer right here, and then from this point forward, I'm under the muscle layer. And the skin layer has the compliance of skin. It's like a balloon, it can stretch. Once we're in the muscle layer, it's almost like leather. It's tough, it doesn't stretch. So a couple things to know about. The skin layer swells much more. It's able to swell much more than the muscle layer. So there's like a weather front there. There's like a cold front, hot front change, and you can see exactly where the swelling is more pronounced behind this line and almost indented, and then less pronounced in front of that line. And so the lymphatic drainage, we teach people how to do that. We can do it here in the office often. That is okay, fingertip pressure. But if you really take your hands and try to manipulate the swelling out of it, where that muscle is sewn in, the muscle is the thickness and strength of smoked salmon. And so if you're really putting aggressive pressure on it, you can tear the suture inset. and you can't feel it pop. You don't. It's just kind of one of the things that leads to, oh, I wish my result was a little bit better down here, down the road. So what we tell people is fingertip pressure is fine, but anything you might be doing to try to physically make it faster to get the swelling to go away, like hard, aggressive manipulation, is unlikely to help. It could decrease the result. Range of motion wise too, so let's talk about that. Facial expression.
I think I was resistant to actually move my face, but I'm just loosening up. There are days that I wake up because I'm laying on my back flat, that I'm stiff, so it takes me a while in the morning, but it loosens up throughout the day, and then I just have to kind of make sure that I'm not overdoing it, and then rest.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
So,
yeah, I'm getting it back.
So natural motion, like facial expression, smiling, incidental movement, totally fine. Just like the fingertip swelling stuff, gentle, fine, normal, whatever comes, fine. Trying to push through is putting strain on micro hairs. So you just take what comes easy.
Yeah.
The analogy I used in the room is kind of like saying, I'm 5 months pregnant, my belly's distended. What medication should I take to get this baby out quickly? There's not a medication that really helps, and some of them might hurt. So in this case, what physically should we do to make it the manual lymphatic drainage, just fingertip pressure? I do think that helps. Anything more aggressive than that, maybe a little negative as far as the muscle repair goes. How have your energy levels been?
I'm a high energy person, and it's kind of tough to have days where you're like, I just have to sleep. My husband drove us in cars that I'm just like, I was zonked out, and it's unusual. So if you're going to have an emotional moment about that, just know that apparently that's pretty normal. It is a big surgery, and I recovered really, really well. I just have to kind of take it easy and not think I'm going to do all the things that I normally can do. I'm happy to also relax, so that's okay.
Yeah, so I think for the high energy people it's harder because if you're feeling great, you still have to take it a little bit easy. And I sometimes tell people I worry more about the people that are feeling great because they'll push through barriers a little bit. And if you're feeling a little bit low energy, it's so not like you. It's like, what's going on? So I think it's harder for the high energy people than the people that are normally more mellow.
It's a little depressing. You're like, oh, seriously, I got things to do and people to see, and that just was a little bummer. But it's part of the process, and I'm only 9 days in, so yeah, I can't imagine.
So the other thing is, I think she looks amazing for 9 days in, and I'm not just saying that because me and my team did the procedure and the aftercare. You do. You look amazing, especially for fair skin, green eyes, red hair. Most people have a lot more bruising at this stage, so I'm really happy for you. And I also want to tell you thank you. The comments we've been getting on your energy, your positivity, your connection, your generosity, and sharing your story, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much. And everyone's going to say they want to see your long-term photos too.
Oh, well, I can't wait because I know it's just going to keep improving. It's amazing. I can feel the amount of skill set that was involved from your entire team, the suturing that involved. I mean, I don't know how many, but it's beautiful. I still have high expectations for great results. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so you can see my future content.